Hey guys, Mr. Cookie here. Today we decided to do turkey, okay? So I'm going to show you how I brine the turkey for 12 hours and then how I sous vide it. So I put it in a bag with other aromatics and then I cook it in a water bath. As well as at the end, you can either put it in an ice bath, save it, you can make it a week in advance, you can make it a month in advance, and if you froze it, you could thaw it, no problem, or you could take it straight out of the circulator after you cook it, drain it, and cook it in a pan the same day. So this turkey is about a 2-day process to get it from start to finish. But believe me, it's the most tender, most juicy turkey breast you're ever going to have. I'm not going to show you how to cook the thigh and leg because that is quite easy. So all you have to do is cook that in the oven. It takes about 2 to 3 hours, around 325, 350. And you just keep on basting it with the fat. Maybe add a little butter, add some aromatics. You can roast it on top of vegetables, whatever you like to do. The legs, the easy way to do it. The easy way is just to cook in the oven. It's going to be tender and moist anyways because it's the dark meat. But I mean, for the breast, you have to take it one step further and sous vide it if you want to get the optimal, best product possible. So let me take you through this journey. Come with me. Come with me. Okay, so we're making the brine. 5 liters of cold water, 200 grams of salt, 4% brine. Pretty straightforward. I'm just blending it. I know a lot of people like to heat up their brines and add spices and stuff, but I don't think that's necessary. I want to taste the turkey. So there we go. Set that aside. I'm going to be breaking down this turkey for you guys now. So it's pretty straightforward, like breaking down a chicken, a duck, any type of poultry of any sort. I'm just separating the legs from the body because those I will not be sous videing, but I will be brining them, okay? But these ones, they cook perfectly at about 325, 350 for 2 to 3 hours. Just baste it with some fat. You can roast it on top of some vegetables if you'd like to add some flavor to the vegetables. I don't know, whatever you like. I'm not going to be showing you how to do the legs. They're the easiest thing to do in the world. I can do them with my eyes closed. So I'm just removing the excess fat because I will render that down to use for my gravy later. So I will be making another video with cranberry sauce and how I make my turkey gravy. So I'll make a turkey stock and then I go a step further, reduce it down, and turn it into a delicious giblet gravy. That will be my next video coming out. But I'm just showing you how to do turkey first because I feel like it's more time-consuming process. It's a 2-day process. So here we go. So I just separate the drumsticks and stuff, and I take out that sinew inside the tender. That's important. You got to take that sinew out. You don't want to be chewing on it. And I take off any excess silver skin or fat. So silver skin is very chewy as well. It doesn't really break down when you cook it. So that's what I do. That's one nice breast, and then I'm doing the exact same to the other breast. Super straightforward. Yeah, just keep following that. Yeah, just let the knife do the job. Yeah, clean that up. Okay. At this point, I just put them into the brine, set it aside for 12 hours in the fridge. Pretty straightforward. You just have to make sure you have a pot big enough that you can do this. When you break down the bird, it makes it a lot easier. If you had the whole bird, it might not fit in this pot or your largest pot that you have. But since I broke it down like this, it's going to be a lot easier. It's a lot more feasible to do at home. Okay, so at this point, I rinsed it. I dried it. I'm putting it here on this cutting board. And I just put a couple sprigs of sage leaves as well as some thyme. Add extra flavor. Just put on the flesh side, not the skin side. Because later on, we will be searing the skin side. And the herbs will be messing that up. So I put it on some cling film, plastic wrap. And I put a little bit of my rendered turkey fat. Okay? So, like I said, I rendered out the excess fat from the turkey to use for gravy as well as this. It adds extra flavor, extra moisture. I recommend doing it. You can use butter if you like, but the turkey fat keeps it more within that flavor. So I do wrap it in plastic wrap. It's not necessary. It just helps keep the shape. So here, we're putting it inside a food saver. I'm going to vac it. Here we go. I'm doing it both bags. Both breasts. Let's do it. Look at that. Okay, so I have a circulator set up, immersion circulator at 60 degrees Celsius. You just have enough water to cover the pump. Make sure your container is big enough that you can put both breasts in and not like jammed together, so there's a little bit of space in between. The water can circulate. And this would take 2.5 hours, okay? So 2.5 hours, you set and forget it. You don't even have to worry about it at this point. Oh, look at that magic. Okay, it's been 2.5 hours. So I am going to be chilling down one of these breasts because I like I said, I made this 4 days before I actually need it. So you can do this ahead of time. You can do this a week. You can do it a month. You can freeze it, pull it out, and it's pretty good quality doing it that way. You can, yeah, cook it like this, chill it down, leave it in the fridge for a week. Since it's been cooked in a bag, it actually lasts a lot longer. It's like preserving it. So yeah, one I will be putting into the ice and setting it aside. And then the other one, I'll show you what to do on the day of. So this is straight from the water bath. It's still hot. So I take it out and I'm going to unwrap it. I'm going to set the herbs aside because I will be using those later. You can still use the same herbs. You don't have to use fresh. It actually, the flavor will come out when you roast it. So then I pat this breast dry, and you have to sear it in a nonstick pan. That's what I recommend, nonstick. If you sear it in any other pan, it may stick. Unless you have a very good seasoned cast iron, that might work. So I just finished it with a little bit of freshly cracked pepper. You could have added this to it before you bagged it, but I prefer the fresh flavor right before I sear it, because it gets a little bit more toasted. It's not all waterlogged from being in the bag all day, or I mean for a couple hours. So here we go. So just some butter in the pan, medium heat, and let it do its thing. You're going to have to rotate it a little bit just to make sure you get nice even color all the way around. But look at that skin. It's really nice. Really nice. Tasty, tasty. I think you guys will really enjoy it. Okay, so at this point, we can just set it aside, and then we're going to start carving it. So since I only roasted it on the skin side, it's going to retain all its juices. It's not going to purge any. It's not really going to, it doesn't need to rest. So it's good to go. You can just carve it, eat it, and I'm going to be serving with some giblet gravy from a next video. Please enjoy, guys. Hopefully you guys learned something from today's video. If you did not, well, that's too bad. You're too amazing. I don't know what to say. But if you did, then thank you for watching. And you can put all this information to use. I have all my recipes in the description below. Just make sure you check the description. It says the amounts and it says the listed of ingredients. All you have to do is follow the video for step-by-step instructions on how to get the end result, how to get the best product possible. Otherwise, you can just wing it and see what you get. But I mean, I would follow the instructions because my experience is just to show you how to do it properly. So keep following my videos. Thanks for your support, guys. And I love you guys. See you next time.